Hello everyone, today we're here at the Royal Sonesta Hotel in New Orleans, right off Bourbon Street. And we're at the Irvin Mayfield Jazz Playhouse with the man himself, Irvin Mayfield. How you doing, sir?
Good, Patrick, glad to have me.
You're from New Orleans, obviously.
Born and raised.
Born and raised, you know, and that's where your career started as well.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about how you got started.
Well, you know, I didn't get started playing the trumpet. I play the trumpet, which is like the leadership instrument in a jazz band. And in New Orleans, they say trumpet players are not folks that decide an instrument, the instrument picks you. But you know, I just started playing the trumpet because my best friend played it in 4th grade, and all the girls liked him. He got good grades. So you know, I decided to get a trumpet, but I didn't have any idea at that point where the trumpet would take me. And you know, in New Orleans, when you pick an instrument like a trumpet, you become immediately a part of a legacy of, you know, great trumpeters. Louis Armstrong, Buddy Bolden, Wynton Marsalis, Terrence Blanchard, you know, all these guys who've done so much. So you become like inducted into a society, or a family rather.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Last night we had the opportunity to see one of your friends, Lucien
Barbaran.
And that's a big deal because his family's been around forever, right?
That's right. Barbarans have many generations of New Orleans musicians, and they were part of the founding family of jazz. So there are many folks who were part of that. And we know some of the names like Sidney Bechet and Jelly Roll Morton, these guys who are really pioneers in jazz. But Paul Barbaran, Lucien's uncle, is also one of those guys who played with Louis Armstrong and all the, you know, elder statesmen who kind of really started jazz. But here in New Orleans, the music really is ceremonial. So people use music for funerals, people use music for parties, for birthdays, people use music in church, we use it in the streets, use it in bar rooms. But I think the most powerful thing about the music is that it's got to be given to you. You know, you can't really go hire a band for your funeral. I mean, people come together and they celebrate those who deserved it. The people have this kind of built-in hospitality, where we know the best place you're gonna get some food is at somebody's house, and the best type of conversation is gonna be a personal one. No one in the city of New Orleans is a loner. No one in the city of New Orleans is a person that's allowed to just go off into their own space. Everybody is a part of a real family here, and it's a unique place to be.
Well, it really shows, and I mean, that's where it all started for you, and you know, now you have these awards and accolades. What are you most proud of?
You know, I would say I'm probably most proud of being in a town and having people appreciate what I do. It's unusual to be appreciated in your own hometown. Yeah. You know, it's one of the most difficult things to do. And in a hometown that has so many special people, like we have here, to be a spokesperson or really to be considered an ambassador for the city is probably one of the highest honors I could ever receive.
Now, you're right on Bourbon Street.
That's right.
Which is a big deal.
That's right. Well, Bourbon Street, one of the most famous streets in the world. It's in the heart of the French Quarter. Yes. And the French Quarter is the heart of New Orleans. It's the oldest part of New Orleans. It was the original New Orleans. Really, when you think of true, authentic American experiences, there are some places that you have to go. Yeah. New Orleans is a place, if you want to get one of the true American experiences, you have to come to the city of New Orleans. It's for, you know, jazz. It's what we call democracy in different forms. Sure. We have heard democracy, which is jazz. You know, you play as an individual and a group at the same time. The American paradox, we have tasted democracy, our gumbo. Sure. No two pots of gumbo are made the same.
That's probably true.
But there's a wrong way to make it, right?
Yeah, the way that doesn't taste right, huh?
That's right, and we also have a democracy we can dance called a second line. That's how we dance to jazz. There's really no right way to dance the second line, but there's definitely a wrong way, and it's a dance we do actually after funerals, which is a celebration of life. So once again, you have that paradox. New Orleans is a unique city, which a lot of different cultures, as you discussed, came together, and it's one of the few places where the culture still exists in its original form today.
So, you know, you're here, you have your club, and how's it going with the club?
Well, this club is very unique. It sits in the Royal Sonesta Hotel.
And it's a high-end experience in here, I'll tell you that.
We like to call it down-home sophistication.
Hey, it's nice. I felt safe, I felt comfortable. I went out there, I go, okay, had enough. Went in here, I'm like, oh.
This hotel is awesome. People come in and they get a high-quality performance, along with high-quality drinks, high-quality food. And just recently we had I'll tell you just a funny story. We had a trumpet battle here, a guy named Kermit Ruffins. And he and I had these trumpet battles. And some of the nights it wound up with me standing on the bar. Oh, wow. Some nights him you know, sitting down, laying on the floor, playing.
Wow.
And that's just the kind of stuff that we do here. Anywhere else, that would be unthinkable. But in New Orleans, that was a Wednesday night
Anything goes,
of just
right?
a party.
The thing, too, that we were talking about a little earlier, it's such a dichotomy from the streets out there. It's crazy. I mean, if people don't know, I mean, it's a little crazy out there, right?
But you know what we say here? We say, you're different here.
Yeah.
You know, really, somebody's getting a hairstyle.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's about how they feel with their hairstyle. If you're not comfortable with it, everyone else can tell you they love it.
That's right.
And everybody's had that experience. You go get a haircut, something doesn't work. Well, not me in a long time.
Yeah, well, you know hey, there's only so many perfect heads in the world.
Well,
you have to have one of them, right?
Thank God for that one.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, but you get that haircut, it's about you and your emotion and what you're feeling about it. And I think really New Orleans is the kind of place where people can be themselves. It's allowed, and more importantly, it's appreciated. Now, were you the guy who sang last?
No, I wasn't the guy.
No, you were the guy who.
No, it's another guy.
Didn't you say you were going to sing
No.
for your audience here?
That was another
You
guy.
can give us a little bit, Frank Sinatra.
You know, Frank Sinatra, you did it my way?
Let's hear it. Come on.
Hey, I don't know. I'll leave that to you. But anyways, hey, thanks so much for having us.
Thanks, Patrick.
You're an amazing man.
We had fun.
Still so young, but done so much.
I'm
right?
trying to do what I can.
You know, it's good. You got it going on, and I thank you for your time. I
Thank you,
really appreciate it. All right, and thank you, everyone. And until next time, just remember to enjoy. Okay, welcome back. Thank you to all of our guests on this week's show. To the City of New Orleans, Irvin Mayfield, Chef Tenny Flynn, and the crew of the Steamboat Natchez for their typically gracious Southern hospitality. We'll see you all here next week when we visit the home of the talented and beautiful Eva LaRue, spend time with designer Nicholas Walker in his off-the-grid home, and go back to New Orleans to Dickie Brennan's Palace Cafe to experience some of their signature dishes. Until next time, just remember to enjoy.